I totally slaughtered the spelling of Michelle. Not great. Especially when your name's Michael.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 33 of the Movie ReBrew podcast. I'm your host, Keegan Holland, and with me is my co-host, Mike Jennison.
Hey, guys. This is our latest pod ever.
I'd like to apologize in advance. We're basically recording this on the street outside of a concert venue. You can hear every car go by, and my roommates upstairs are blasting music, so I apologize in advance for that.
This is also our Bird podcast, Great Larry Bird Jersey 33.
Oh my God.
Shout out
Shout out the Great White Hope.
This week, the hick from French Lick.
Yeah. Oh.
I did.
It's crazy that he got his back injury just working on his driveway, like paving his driveway. That would never happen.
Different time.
Yeah. This week we saw both Venom and A Star Is Born back to back. Interesting contrast of movies that we saw.
I think we watched them the right way too.
I agree.
Venom, then
I would not
A Star
have
Is
wanted
Born.
to watch Venom after watching A Star Is Born.
No.
This week we are continuing our Octoberfest month and doing Sam Adams' Octoberfest. I assume we've both had this one, right?
Yes, I've had this. This was the first Octoberfest I ever had.
Oh, wow.
I remember that, and I loved it, and then had more Octoberfest, and then I'm like, oh, it's fine. They spell with a C, though. How about that?
The last one did, too.
Huh.
Actually, I think
Any rhyme or reason to them?
Great Lakes did also.
Do they?
No, maybe Great Lakes doesn't, but Bellis definitely did. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, mate. Well, we also saw Mandy this week, too.
Oh, yeah, we did. That'll be kind of what we watched. Not really a mainstay review.
I'll drop a score.
But before we get... I will, too. But before we get to those reviews, let's get to the news, which I guess we have a lot of.
Good evening. I'm Will McAvoy.
And I'm Evan Baxter, and here's what's making news.
Good evening. I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world tonight.
Is this on me?
This is on you, yeah.
The Chronicles of Narnia, Netflix developing a new film and TV series based on the books. First one's good.
First one's really good, yeah. Liam, friend of the show, Liam Garvin, had an outrageous tweet today. He said, the first Chronicles of Narnia is better than all of the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
That's just not correct. I can't tell if he's kidding or not. I can never really tell with him.
Well, they love Narnia. When we were in Europe, they went hour rants about Narnia.
Yeah. Wow, maybe that was dead ass. I'm not sure.
I never read the books.
I think I only read the 7th book.
Perfect.
Which is just insane.
That's the way it's supposed to be done. That's how C.S. Lewis intended it to be.
Exactly. But yeah, I like the first one a lot. This is probably better suited for
sure.
Because, I might be wrong here, I haven't read them, but the kids are the same age, and the way they were pumping them out was like once every 3 years, so you couldn't continue with that.
I believe the kids age throughout it.
But it's probably like Harry Potter where they age once a year.
I think some of the books the kids aren't in, and at the end they're like 35.
Straight out of our ass.
Because I listened to that podcast, so.
You excited for this at all?
Sure.
I don't think I'll ever read them, so this is the only way I'll ever digest this series, so I'm good with it.
I think this is the correct thing to do, though, like we said.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might watch it.
Does it say if it's going to be like one season is one book, or one episode is one book, or do they say?
It's a TV series and movies.
Oh, so they're getting the rest of the entire franchise.
They'll draw on all 7 of the C.S. Lewis novels.
Okay.
Netflix now owns the rights to all of them.
Wow.
So
that's exciting.
I don't think it's announced yet if it's going to be a TV series or just separate movies, but
maybe a mix of both.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm in on that.
This one's
who's behind it or anything? It's probably super early.
It's super early. I think Netflix literally just got the rights to it.
Okay.
This one's for you. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Chelsea what's her name?
Peretti
is going to leave the show during this season.
Oh, are they continuing after this season? Some people are saying that this is they're just trying to finish it off with NBC.
Just one season.
I hope it continues. It's one of my favorite shows.
Season 6 though. I feel like it should be like a 9-season series.
That'd be good. Well, probably 7 if we learn from The Office. 9's too much. But they got a good thing going. She's fantastic in it. She'll be missed. But if anyone's gonna go, my pick would be Gina, because she missed a lot of time in season 5.
Last season.
Season 5, and you missed her. You missed. I love the way she talks. It cracks me up. But
hers are more like just kind of side jokes.
She's
not
never
really
the
storyline.
She's
or
always
anything.
like,
But I like how she went to high school with
Jake.
Andy Samberg's character.
Yeah, she'll be missed for sure, but she's the one to go.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna lose too much luster from that. But AMC's what's that service called? Oh, the A-list
The A-list,
subscribes. Subscribers are over 400,000 now.
Proud member, baby.
Gained the proud member. I was finally at AMC Theater for the first time in 2 years. Beautiful theaters. Beautiful seats.
Well, they're usually pretty bad, but the one that we are in is a huge screen. It's a pretty nice auditorium.
I guess that's true.
And I've seen the last 3 movies in that theater, Theater 1.
What's really odd about those seats is that they're already down.
What do you mean?
Like, you don't fold down the seats. They don't fold.
Oh, yeah.
They're always down. Comfortable
A lot
seats.
of legroom.
Yeah.
It's an okay theater.
I would get it if I had AMC
Yeah.
near me.
You should. It's probably the best service going right now.
If I would have saw both Venom and A Star Is Born at AMC today, I would have lost money by not getting that.
Yeah.
Just for the day.
It's crazy.
Oh, for the record, that was Bradley Cooper's dog in A Star Is Born.
Oh, nice.
Clint Eastwood is going to have a new movie coming out in December named The Mule, and he's actually acting in this alongside Bradley Cooper. They're getting out before...
The reunion.
Yep, American Sniper reunion. But, I mean, Clint Eastwood hasn't been on screen since Gran Torino. I think it's 2009 Gran Torino.
Yeah, sounds right.
So this might be his last acting performance. Good chance. And Robert Redford's retiring this year, too. So 2 legends going away.
You said this is going to be out before Oscar season?
Yeah, it's coming out, I think, December 18th.
Is this going to be the classic Clint Eastwood where he films it over the course of 2 weeks, edits it in 2 weeks, and it's out?
Yeah, it came out. He started filming in June.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Guy's a man.
Yeah. Well, he just hates taking more than one shot.
Yeah, and he came out with another movie this year, too, right? Oh, yeah, the train movie, that Paris...
Oh, the laugh out loud trailer where the guy just like sprints at the camera.
The 4:15 to Paris or whatever. Yeah, he did that. So 2 movies this year for Clint. Nothing crazy about that. And I guess he's a part of the drug cartel. Clint Eastwood in this. I'm cool to see him act. I'm excited for that.
The needle for me, Clint Eastwood.
Really?
I just haven't really seen a lot though.
You're not a big fan of spaghetti westerns? I've only
He
seen
didn't
one.
direct any of them. I mean, things
No.
that he directed.
Oh, $1 Million Baby's really good.
That's
But,
the one that I should watch for sure.
but everything else is just whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, he acted in Trouble with the Curve, come to think of it, in like
Oh, yeah, he is.
2012.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He
first time since
directed that, too?
2012. Yeah, he directed that.
That was 6 years ago?
Yeah.
No.
Time flies. Time flies when you have a podcast, right?
Jesus.
You were not doing this 6 years ago. Chris Evans basically announced that he's done with Avengers. He announced that they wrapped
this
up
is a
Avengers.
weird move. I think we kind of all figured that he'd be done after this one. But to him to basically confirm it, I don't think this hasn't confirmed if he's going to die or just
Cap goes on the
Cat
sunset.
goes out in the But yeah, I mean, I kind of figured people are like freaking out on Twitter, but I think this is just a weird way to do it.
was so unnecessary.
Yeah, but
Because like, he thinks to staff, like, couldn't you just like write him a card?
or just be like, just finished
Avengers 4.
rapping. You guys are gonna love it. It's been great playing this character for so long. I'm happy to be part of this or something like that. I mean, I'd just be like, see you later, guys. It's been real.
Yeah, I know. It was odd. He was
weird.
being emotional. I don't
Yeah.
know. Have you seen Jon Favreau?
Yeah,
He announced the...
The Mandalorians
I
is
was
his
gonna
new
say, please pronounce this word for me. Yeah.
his new TV series that's going to the Disney streaming service. The Mandalorians are Boba Fett and Jango Fett. After the stories of Jango and Boba Fett, another warrior emerges in the Star Wars universe. The Mandalorian is set after the fall of the Empire and before the emergence of the First Order, so after Episode 6. We follow the trails of a lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy, far from the authority of the New Republic.
So he's
This
a bounty
is-
hunter?
Yeah, bounty hunter. This is kind of untapped territory so far. They've loved doing original trilogy stuff, mainly A New Hope, right? With Solo and Rogue One. But yeah, I think this is the most interesting time period, kind of filling the gaps between the end of 6 and beginning of 7. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I love Jon Favreau. I don't really want to buy the streaming service though.
Yeah. Well,
Because
Rossi will probably
seems
get
like-
it. So.
Well, yeah, Ross will probably have it to watch Hercules. Because at the moment, this is the one thing I would watch on it, and it's not enough for me to pay $10+ a month for it.
Yeah. And who knows when this will even come out.
Right.
Because I think the streaming service starts in January.
Of 2020?
I thought it was this year. Might be
2019?
Might be 2020. That just seems early now.
It does seem really early.
But I know all the Disney movies are coming off January 1st.
Yeah.
But it might just be a whole year without Disney movies on any streaming service. That would be the craziest thing ever. But yeah, Favreau probably is the right guy. I mean,
Yeah.
he's also in big budget stuff, so... I don't
And
know if
hopefully this has a big budget. I don't know. I can't really tell with these. Like the DC just launched theirs a month or two ago, and everything looks very low budget. I wonder if Disney will throw more money at something like this. We'll see.
You think with Star Wars and Disney they would.
Yeah. And with a huge name behind it.
Did you see the Vice trailer? The new Christian Bale playing Dick Cheney, the new Adam McKay movie?
No.
I saw the trailer. Sam
good?
Rockwell is killing George Bush, too. And
Really?
I mean,
I
yeah.
know he's playing George Bush.
Yeah.
Wow.
The trailer's just both of them eating like ribs, and Bush trying to convince Cheney to become his vice president.
That's awesome.
And it makes Cheney look like a psychopath.
Yeah, I'm super pumped for that movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. For Bale's performance alone, his transformation alone is gonna give him an Oscar now, I think.
When does that come out?
That comes out Christmas, I think.
Okay.
Which it might not even be Christmas, but I think
I love how Adam McKay has shifted from the other guys, Anchorman, to doing serious movies now. I'm sure there'll be some comedy to this because The Big Short had some elements of that. But yeah, I love that.
I know, because
he won an Oscar for writing.
Yeah. Because in this trailer it says from Adam McKay, the creator of The Big Short.
Nice.
And like nothing else. It's like, oh, damn. Okay. Someone's a little too big for their britches now. And last thing, Ansel Elgort. He's going to be Tony in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story.
Oh, I saw that.
I'm cool with that. Homeboy can dance.
He can dance, yeah.
Probably can sing.
Is he not Puerto Rican?
He is not Puerto Rican.
But is the character...
Tony? Probably Italian.
That makes sense, right? All right. Because I know a lot of them are Puerto... I haven't seen that movie in so long.
We watched it in class, school, right? 8th grade, 7th grade.
I remember my grandma loved it. I think I watched it at my grandma's house.
I've seen it somewhere. Yeah, it's been years. Isn't part of like in a different language? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's Puerto Rican immigrants.
And last thing,
New York.
I know King was pumped about this. George Carlin's going to get his own biopic.
I watched his stand-up segment where he describes the 7 swear words at our friend's house one time, and that's all I know about George Carlin, basically.
Yeah, that's why this is exciting. I love his stand-up where he compares football and baseball. It's really funny. You should watch it.
I mean, I know he's like a legendary comedian, one of the best of all time, but...
The original host of SNL.
Oh, really?
George Carlin, 1975. You can quote me on that. I feel confident.
Oh. It's like the first year. I mean,
literally the first host.
Episode.
Yep.
Wow. Good for you, man.
Yeah. That's all. That's all for the news.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's get into Venom first.
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
She's gone from suck to blow.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
All right, Mike. Venom. Initial thoughts.
I didn't actually hate it.
Me either.
I actually really enjoyed it. It was just a fun.
Wow.
Really enjoyed. I'll regret saying that, but it was fun.
I mean, this is a movie straight out of 2003.
Yeah.
Like if Marvel had never happened, if Chris Nolan had never happened, this would slot right in right after Spider-Man 1, right after X-Men 1, and be like the greatest thing ever. But after those revolutionary comic book movies have come out, it's okay. It's fine. I expected dog shit, and I got okay.
It's not dog shit.
No, it's not dog
shit. The 20%
shit.
Rotten Tomatoes is like kind of BS.
That's shocking.
Or is it 30 now? It went up a little bit today, but yeah.
I mean, I had genuine laughs. I liked Tom Hardy in the role a lot.
I like way more than I thought.
Yeah.
He was actually very charming.
And the weird-ass accent that you get in the trailer, it's not really there.
No. Not as much. And like Venom was even kind of like interesting, his character.
It takes a long time to see him, though.
It does.
That's my biggest complaint with it. Another thing that makes this just so 2003 is the original song by Eminem. It's like, what? Come on.
Yeah, as a
trailer. I remember the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. I think 2 had a song. I can't think of the song right now. I might slot it in here.
Oh, isn't it? What about Hero? The Hero song.
A hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait.
Is that what you're looking for?
That's what I was looking for. I can't remember if that was 1 or 2. But yeah, giving a superhero movie an original song was very early 2000s at the start of the genre, pretty much.
Oh, it is terrible, too. Eminem's Venom song. Just awful.
Oh, it's so bad, yeah.
But this movie doesn't take itself very seriously, which is kind of refreshing. Because at the end of the day, like, it is a superhero movie. It kind of...
Yeah.
It was very...
Yeah, like, people are actually like getting their head bitten off, but you just move past it. Like, it's never like, oh my god, what is this guy doing? But I think they kind of missed an opportunity there to do some cool body horror with his transformations, because people are like having their legs broken but repaired like, immediately. I wish it could have been like a cool, like, nasty effect of him like getting into the character, but they didn't really do that. I think there's a lot of missed opportunities here, but overall, it's a pretty okay time.
Yeah, I'm so confused why they decided that they want to make this movie.
Yeah, no, this screenplay was written in 1999. I mean, how familiar are you with the character at all? I just remember him being
Hardly.
a cool-looking Spider-Man villain,
yeah.
But that's it. So, I have no attachment to it, but I will say one thing. Guys, keep in mind that some reviews for Venom will come out, and there will be a lot of critics that will be unreasonable. But who cares about them? If people hate it, then it doesn't matter, because the true fans of Venom will like the film. There's a lot more fans of the film than there are haters. That's a tweet I saw. I was very upset by that tweet. I don't understand this thing that's happening with movies. It happened with Suicide Squad and Batman vs Superman, and even like Goaty from, I think, earlier this year, where people are like, this is for the fucking fans. Like, critics, they know what the fuck they're talking about. If you like this character, then you have to like this movie. Otherwise, you're not a fan.
I couldn't put Goaty in there, but yeah.
Yeah, well,
And like 100% on reviewer scores.
fans, yeah. It's like, dude, if they're not doing your character like justice, you don't have to fucking like.
No, you don't have
should
to.
be more upset if they mess with your property or whatever. But I thought that was a hilarious tweet. But no, it's a fine movie.
I'm cool
Could you
with it.
see this folding into the MCU at all? Or you think?
I think they're done, right? Just doesn't. It felt like you said, early 2000s. Feels
Yeah.
like a totally different world.
Sony co-made Spider-Man with Marvel, so I think there is kind of a chance it happens, but this seems too separate from what the MCU is trying to do.
Do you think there'll be a second one?
We'll get to that end credits scene. Let's score it before we get into spoilers here.
I'm gonna give it the old gentleman 6.0.
I'm not sure I can give it a fresh.
It's not fresh.
No, I'll give it a 5. It's right down the middle. It's not offensively bad, but it's not really doing anything other than Venom looks really cool, and I like Tom Hardy in it.
Michelle Williams is good
Michelle
in
Williams
it.
is fine in it, but other than that, I can't really give it much else. I'm gonna give it a 5.
That's fair.
I'll give it a 5 thumbs up. Rare negative review, but a thumbs up, and I will not recommend it to people.
Yeah, I don't really know who
You could really skip this one, and you won't miss much.
I recommend to meat eaters. Jacob Wally. Jacob Rossi. But yeah, I give it a thumbs up though.
Yeah.
I will never watch this movie again,
No, probably not.
and I recommend it to almost nobody. But unless you kind of miss those Spider-Man movies, because it kind of feels a lot more like that,
Yeah.
like you brought up.
This or Spider-Man 3.
Probably this.
Spider-Man 3 is really bad, but I think if I had it, well, I guess I just walked out of it. But if I had to watch one right now,
Be Spider-Man 3. I
Be
kind of want to
Spider-Man
watch. I kind of really want to watch Spider-Man 3 now after watching
it's
this.
terrible. Yeah. All right, so let's get into spoilers here. Yeah, so nothing. You don't even see Riot, who's the bad guy. You don't see him. You see him for 5 minutes in the entire movie, and not maybe in the last 15 minutes when you first see him.
Who's Ride? The other Venom?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see him for. Was his name even mentioned on
They say
screen?
Riot. They say it
couple
one
times.
time.
If you're not aware of that's the villain,
Yeah.
you miss it. I
And
did like
it's
the
another-
guy villain though, the
Riz Ahmed.
the Elon Musk,
Elon
whatever.
Musk, yeah.
Elon Musk guy.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's
Although they say he is British, and they say he is from England, but I don't think his accent is kind of in and out.
Oh, I didn't realize he was British at all.
Okay, because maybe I was looking for it and I was hearing things, but I felt like he was doing both. He's trying to play both sides to it. I don't know. I could be wrong. What's the woman that dies? Is it Janet? Is it Slater? Who gets killed?
Oh, whatchamacallit? Yeah,
Jenny Slater.
Jenny Slater.
Is that her
Jenny
name?
Slater.
I mean,
She seemed out of place in this movie.
She
though,
does seem
because she's a
out of place.
comedic actress
Yeah,
and she's
and
very
she
deadpan
plays
the
it-
whole entire time.
Yeah, she plays it dead straight.
But I like her.
I like her a lot too, but
Yeah.
yeah, it just like gets someone else.
Yeah.
Because I was looking for a laugh from her, and it's just she's never even comes close to making a joke.
No, she's the most serious person in this whole entire movie.
Yeah. How'd you feel about Sexy Venom?
I was down for it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also so weird seeing Michelle Williams with long hair.
Yeah.
Because I'm just so used to it. And she is like, it has to be a wig then, right?
Must be. She's
and
had
it
short
looks
hair
like
forever.
a wig.
She also called this a Me Too movie. A movie. I don't know how.
Because she gets to be Venom for a little bit.
Maybe.
I don't know.
She probably got paid equal.
That's a weird.
I don't
It's a weird take.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't.
she was in a schoolgirl outfit at the end.
She was, which is ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. I mean, I wasn't opposed, but it just felt like a weird thing to have her in the last
Old is
half.
Michelle Williams. You could tell me 45 or
Dude,
35.
I was gonna say the same thing. I think she's like 32,
No.
36.
Isn't she married to someone famous?
She was with Heath Ledger for a while.
Oh, that's who it
for
is.
a while before he died. But yeah, you could tell when she's 50, be like, I buy that. She looks so old.
She looks so
but I
old.
think she's actually pretty young.
I totally slaughtered the spelling of Michelle. Not great. Especially when your name's Michael. Michelle Williams is 38
38. Okay.
from Montana.
Wow.
Yeah, married Heath Ledger for 3 years. Partner. Sorry.
yeah.
Have a child together.
Yeah. So I think the beginning of this gave me really. I got a lot of caution going into this because one, I was nervous from the trailers, and two, they do the Ang Lee thing where they just like. There's like 6 different cameras on the screen at one time. I'm like, oh no, they're gonna try it again. We try to make it look like a comic book. I'm like, this is bad. But he never does that again. The director never doesn't really do anything fancy at all. This movie's shot like, as basic as it comes. None of the actions is super exciting.
No score sticks out.
No, I think it could have done an R. Could have done it some justice to have some pretty vicious kill, like blood, like when Riot two-hand swipes an entire room of like 40 people. Give me some blood, you know? Like,
On our rating, we've been fine in this.
yeah, it would have worked very well.
But it's very PG-13.
There is some swearing. I think one F-bomb. They used their one F-bomb, but it wasn't a memorable one.
I don't remember how they used it. I laughed, but I don't really remember why I was laughing. There were sometimes I was laughing.
Sometimes I was laughing. I couldn't tell if I was laughing just like how ridiculous Tom Hardy was being.
Yeah.
Because he chews the scenes. When he's going nuts, he really goes nuts.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
He might have been the right actor for this, actually.
I know.
But at some point, he slips into a Brooklyn accent.
Well, he's from New York.
Yeah, I guess. But, like, it's typical Hardy. He's
Well,
kind of
San
all over the
Francisco,
place.
But yeah,
But
he never has a consistent accent in anything.
no. But he was charming in this.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
Which I don't
That's
usually
why I
think
could
Tom
see-
Hardy charming, but he was charming.
No, that's why I could see him getting the MCU. Maybe they just pick and choose from this movie.
Yeah.
And have him be a villain. Them setting up a sequel though at the end, we'll get into the post-credit scene, is insane to me. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Especially with Woody Harrelson in the worst wig I've ever seen on a character.
I thought it was Carrot Top.
It's just a big red afro. It looks terrible. And then just an egregious line from him. There's gonna be carnage. It's like, bro, come on. Like, they should have like said his name, and real fans would be like, oh, it's this, whatever. But yeah, there's gonna be carnage. I'm gonna turn into Carnage. And having Carnage be the villain in the next one. Oh, so instead of Riot, who's gray Venom, you're gonna have Carnage, who's red Venom. It's the same villain again. And this movie, we should say again, has the same problem where the villain is just the superhero.
Yeah. And the fight scene isn't very long when they finally get going.
Yeah,
It's like 5 minutes long.
and it's right at the end, and it's just like mashing colors
Yeah.
and with webbing. It's just
Not a great last fight.
not a great last
The
fight at
action in this in general is not great.
all. No, oh, that car chase scene when he goes down the road, but somehow is 50 feet in the air, and Venom needs to pull the bike back to him. It's like,
yeah.
Oh god, really?
Yeah.
The movie's not that good, guys. It's
not
just
that good,
better
but-
than we thought it would be.
But, like, yeah, I had such low expectations. And, like, Tom Hardy was fun.
Yeah,
it
it was
just,
fun in it. I really have nothing else to say about it. Check the old notes, but
my notes are just like, man, this is.
I was surprised.
It's an
that
okay
you
time.
Didn't know that Eminem made the song for it.
I didn't know until, unfortunately, the end. But, the other post-credit scene is that new animated Spider-Man
Looks
movie.
amazing.
Which is hand-drawn like it is a comic book.
Yeah, it's
it
like
looks
the
really
coolest
freaking
looking
cool.
animated movie I've seen in a long time.
Not quite sure about the premise.
It looks like it could be too much to
Yeah.
juggle. It's infinite Spider-Man and infinite universes all in one story. So
Not
I'm looking
crazy
forward to
about
it, though.
that idea, but comes out around Christmas, I think.
Yeah, December.
Sure, it'll get good reviews.
Yeah, the look is cool.
So Sony's just like trying to still make Spider-Man work.
So Sony this year, here comes Remy, Venom, that movie, and the PS4 game. And then last year was Homecoming. So yeah, they're really pushing Spider-Man, and I'm all for it. Anything else to add about this one?
Nope.
All right, then let's get into I think it's safe to say better of the two movies.
Pretty safe to say.
All right, let's get into Star is Born. So you walked in this movie famously. This could be your favorite movie of the year.
Yes. I felt it. I mean, I'm a sucker for a good old romance movie, which I didn't know if it was necessarily going to be at first, but
Me either.
I guess that's a little bit of a spoiler in its own right. And then I'm also a sucker for musically driven movies.
Yeah.
I called it a musical before the movie started, and you yelled at me,
I did.
which was correct. It's not a musical, but it's a lot of music.
So after seeing it, where do you stand in the favorite movie of the year?
Is my favorite movie right now? It's right there. Yeah? I'll go yeah.
Wow.
I'm not trying to, I usually get a little too excited after I walk out of a theater and I say things that I regret, but Annihilation, 8th Grade come to mind as far as the other two movies I put up against. Those are the three movies that stick out to me. Black Klansman a distant fourth at this point, but I think I have it one right now. Annihilation's close.
Okay.
But it's shot extremely well.
Oh, the handheld usage in this movie is so good. And this is his first movie, right?
This is Bradley Cooper's directorial debut.
He's doing some good stuff in this. This movie, however, I'm not familiar with the other three that came out before this, is just way too predictable for me. And it's also 70% ice cream, where there's just no conflict whatsoever, and things are just happening. And you're like, okay, yeah, goodness. I'm kind of getting sick of this. Oh, here's some substance. I think way too late in the movie.
Yeah, there's something always there. His alcoholism's always there.
But it never becomes a thing.
It doesn't become a thing, and I was also wondering when the conflict's really going to pick up, and is there ever going to be conflict?
Yeah.
But I did just enjoy them just kind of being together.
I feel like I was watching a concert, and a good concert, because the music's really good in this movie, but it was just like, when does this become a movie?
Yes, and we'll get into spoilers. There's something at the end that I kind of felt like was almost forced.
Okay, yeah.
But we'll get to that a little later.
And then another thing, before we get to spoilers, I think the cast overall was really good, and I thought maybe Lady Gaga would be a detriment. I know she was in American Horror Story and people loved her in it, but I was like, can't she handle an Oscar-worthy movie? And she's damn good. She's really good.
There was 3 times like, oh my god, this actress could almost be a professional singer, and then I'm like, oh wait, it's Lady Gaga.
And it helps that her voice is just ridiculous.
Yeah. But yeah, when she's acting as a Bradley Cooper, world-class actor, I don't feel like she's giving a step.
And I think she's better than Bradley Cooper in this movie.
What do you think of the accent, Bradley Cooper's accent?
This is my point. So casting Sam Elliott is both a great decision and a bad decision. Great because Sam Elliott is just a great actor and his voice is amazing. Bad reason is because his voice is amazing and Bradley Cooper is just trying to do Sam Elliott and just mumbles and grumbles through his way through this entire performance.
Now, I would be on your side, but they actually bring up that Bradley Cooper's trying to be Sam Elliott.
I know, but they say that in the sense that he's stealing his singing voice, but he is just talking like him. And it's good because, yeah, they're brothers, so they should probably sound similar. Also, they're like 30 years apart, but that is brought up again. But, yeah, him stealing his voice, I was like, oh, they're kind of bringing that up. But then I'm like, wait, no, he's singing his singing voice.
I think it's everything, though, because when Bradley Cooper...
but when he confronts him, he doesn't change his voice. He still talks that way.
No, he starts talking a little more like Bradley Cooper. In the car scene?
Yeah.
I noticed that. He started...
Oh, I noticed that he didn't change
his
voice at all.
No, I say the opposite. I disagree.
Okay.
He sounded like Bradley Cooper there. I was like, oh, they did it on purpose. That's awesome.
I really don't think they did.
Okay, is it a great accent? It's consistent, though, I think, enough.
I could have used subtitles at points. Both him and Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott's guilty of it as well. They're just not enunciating.
I know, but did you think it was a consistent accent at least?
It was consistent, yeah.
Which is,
Yeah.
But when Bradley Cooper sings, he's singing like Bradley Cooper.
Is he actually singing there?
Oh, yeah.
His voice is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music in this, I will definitely be listening to a number of the songs. I am a fan of them, usually of reusing songs, but this, I feel like they could have used one or two more. They relied heavily on one, I think, too much. And unlike Coco, where it's used and it's like sounds different each time and used different each time, this is just like, oh, you're doing this one again?
The third or fourth time he starts strumming that opening note, which I love that song.
The song's really good. I'm
like, thank God they didn't sing it. Did you realize that?
Yeah,
the fourth time I was like rolling my eyes, and then they just ended after just the opening chord. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
But I agree. Bradley Cooper could use a couple more songs. You know, Bradley Cooper also wrote every single song that he sang in this movie.
Wow.
He also produced it, he directed it, and he acted in it, obviously. So he could potentially get 5 nominations from this work.
Damn. That'd be incredible.
Yes.
Scores?
9's rarefied air for me. I'm going to give it a 9, a 9.2, 9.1, 9.2. We'll get more into the ending, which I have issues with, but then also it was my favorite part at the same time. But I give it a 9.2, give it a thumbs up. I recommend it to every single person. I think everyone would enjoy this, and I will watch this again.
I'm gonna give it an 8. It's between 7.5 and 8. I'm gonna go 8. I'll definitely watch this again. Thumbs up, and would recommend it to just about everyone. Yeah. All right, so spoilers. The big thing at the end is him killing himself. I assume this is what you referring to?
It felt like you said there was a limited amount of conflict throughout this whole entire movie, for the most part, and then the Grammy scene, which is awesome.
Yeah.
which is great. And also, before I forget this, Bradley Cooper is a recovering alcoholic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been sober for like 10 years now, but so it's interesting he plays alcoholic in this movie. It just felt like that character wasn't going to kill himself.
Especially in that moment.
In that moment.
Because if he kills himself in rehab, I get it. I totally get it. But where he was and how good things were going, that was so out of the blue and just didn't feel right.
Have him relapse and then kill himself?
Yeah.
Something.
Well, he does take pills in the car.
I don't think he takes them, but yeah, he's attempted to. He might take them.
I think. Well, he stumbles out of the car.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I think he takes them.
Okay.
But I don't know. It didn't feel right in that moment at all.
It didn't feel right.
And I get the executive kind of blows up on him, and that probably pushes him towards that way. But he just seemed like he was in such a good space. But maybe that's how it is. One little thing can set you back. I'm not well versed in this. But.
Something that is nice that they brought up is that he tried to commit suicide at 14.
And in rehab, he was planning to.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because he said he wrote that thing.
He wrote that thing, and he said, "I was planning for you to get this when," but he doesn't finish his sentence, and that's that was a really good moment in the movie.
In my schooling, my one teacher said there's 3 diseases that we really can't treat with drugs. One's depression, one's obesity, and one's substance abuse. So, I mean, I feel like if you're once depressed, if you once have suicidal thoughts, you kind of have to live with that your whole entire life.
Yeah.
So I understand that I guess he could take his life in that moment, but it just didn't seem like he would, especially after they had a nice little scene, like the bed and everything like that. It just felt like they were just all of a sudden trying to force him to kill himself. They were forcing drama.
I mean, are you familiar with the other 3 at all? Other 3
No, I'm not.
versions of this movie? Yeah, I wonder how close this is to those.
I imagine the ending's similar to all of them.
That's one of the things I loved was Lady Gaga's performance. It actually felt like it was a tribute to a person that died. Like, I felt like I was watching TV and this was just on to tribute to like a Whitney Houston type figure or whatever.
Well, yeah, as much as I just felt like him killing himself was kind of almost like just them trying to really cause drama and really trying to make this really significant. After that, the way they shot him killing himself and like just the red light in the garage, I think it was, and like it slowly zoomed in. There was like lights just flashing around to her on the piano, to her singing, and then cutting really, really quick to Bradley Cooper writing the actual song. I mean, that gave me goosebumps. That's what made me choke up at the end, and that was a great ending.
Yeah, and when Dashi do show him hanging just through the small window on the garage with the dog Charlie laying down, like I thought that was a really good way to show that.
Yeah, a masterclass in filmmaking by Bradley Cooper in this movie,
it's really
which
good.
is mind blowing, and a lot of close-ups. Almost the whole movie is just a close-up of Lady Gaga's face.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. It just felt I felt very, very close to both of them because of the way it was shot. And it was cool seeing the musical side of like LA and stuff like that. I've never really seen a movie that has really been focused on music so much. There's a lot of things focused on movies, but not that much focused on music and like the music industry. But the music industry and stuff. La La Land.
He was a jazz, but he doesn't really.
But this is like Grammys and stuff like
right.
that. It's very, very music. And I thought that was cool. Dave Chappelle.
I mean, he thought he was good.
No, I know, but how did he end up in front of Dave Chappelle's house? That was the one plot hole that kind of upset me.
He was going to Memphis, but she was staying back, I think, to keep recording or to practice her dancing or whatever. And then he just blacked out and ended up in his neighbor's house.
Oh, that's just his neighbor?
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was wondering like if it was just some random guy that he used to know, but it was his neighbor. Okay.
So I leaned over and asked you this. So when he first brings her on stage, there's an Arizona flag. Maybe that's just his set though.
I think it's just his set.
Okay, because I was like, he's like, I ain't going back to Arizona. I'm like, they were just in Arizona. I don't know, what are you talking about? And also, I thought this, and also so did the girl next to me. I thought his dad had him when he was 18 and worked on a pecan ranch or whatever. I was like, yeah, he did tell us story, didn't he? But his dad was an old man, had already had Sam Elliott, and knocked up an 18-year-old.
Soon to be 18.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Fun.
I think my favorite scene, though, was when with the car scene with Sam Elliott when he says, "I was looking up to you, not Dad," and then he just quickly closed the door and walks away. Like he always closes the door before he gets it out. It's so quick.
And Sam Elliott doesn't react to it, but when he turns back, his eyes are red.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things like that in this movie that are just like really well done. It's a really well done made movie. This will get the most nominations at the Academy Awards, I think.
This is one of those movies for sure. Yeah.
Well acted throughout.
It is also very early in the year.
It is very early
but
in the year.
you could see it getting. It's gonna get song.
It'll get probably 2 songs.
Yeah, probably.
It'll get 3 actors. I think Sam Elliott gets a nom.
Tough to say at this point.
Yeah, but
I mean, I could see it for sure.
probably screenplay and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't be crazy if I saw this movie get 12 nominations.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's cinematography. It should. I wonder who did the cinematography on this movie. I wonder if it's anyone notable. But yeah, just I didn't expect it to be like this. I thought Bradley Cooper was a has-been, but he's almost like John Mayer in this movie.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of what
Can you play guitar?
John Mayer.
No, I know John Mayer can.
Yeah.
It's him playing.
Oh, Bradley Cooper in the movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't doubt anything Bradley Cooper can do now, though.
True. I love how. I mean, it's predictable as shit, but I love how she starts getting super poppy and just kind of criticizes the whole music genre currently, like presently.
And almost Gaga in general.
And yeah, that Gaga is currently in. I like Gaga, but I also only know 7 songs, and I do like the bangers that basically mean nothing. Like, I mean, the song she sings is hilariously bad.
Yeah.
It's so terrible. But I love how they bring that up and how he gets so pissed about it. Because he gives her that speech like right before he sees her do that performance. He's probably just like, oh my God, you kidding me?
I know. I forgot how he words it. He's like, I'm just sitting here thinking, what is my ass? What's the line or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, Gaga, she has to change her look to her to become famous, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's very much her story almost.
She also looks ridiculous with red hair. Or orange hair, I should say.
Yeah, it's wild.
As ice creamy as it was, and how just little substance there was to start the movie, I could have watched 2 hours of them just touring.
Yeah.
Because those songs are incredible.
Yeah, it was just interesting. I was captivated. Yeah. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes long, but I wasn't bored ever.
No, I think it did go a little long at the end.
Okay,
but
that's fair. I can understand that.
But yeah, overall, really good movie. I don't think it will. It might get nominated for 12 things. I don't think it'll win many of them. Song, it could definitely win song.
I think Gaga
is Best Actress.
I think she's the front runner.
Wow, that's based on 0?
That's based on nothing, viewers at home.
Yeah.
But I think she's going to win.
Wow. I'll take the field. Can I get the field on this one?
Sure.
Nice.
I just shook on Keegan's hand for the field.
Shook on my hand. What a weird way to phrase that.
I think she's going to win. It's just because they like when they do when people step out of their comfort zone and kind of do something different.
Jennifer Hudson, I think, won.
Jennifer Hudson won for that.
Barbara Streisand
won not for this, but she played this before. Judy Garland plays before, too.
I didn't even know that she did this.
My mom actually saw a trailer for it. She's like, A Star is Born. I think Barbara Streisand did that movie. I'm like, you're right, Mom. Good idea, Sue.
Job, Sue. Wow, that's a loaded... Who was the other one, then?
I don't know, but she...
From 1934 or some shit.
Yeah, she won, though. 1934. Actress
Judy
won.
didn't win.
Judy Garland got nominated,
Barbara.
and Barbara Streisand won Best Original Song for this. But
it's crazy that that this is all original stuff. I mean, he's making it for the modern audience, which is really interesting. I mean, maybe I direct this movie in 25 years and update it for the modern audience.
Yeah, and I think it was almost been like every 20 years they've redone this.
Yeah.
And I think every time it's been more modern. I think the 70s was rock and roll with Barbara Streisand. I don't know. I can't speak on the other two. I whatever. But I do want to see one of them now. I kind of want to see the original 1935 one because that
Alicia Malone
is considered the best.
Our girl tweeted, "This version will never beat insert X date version." But it was a good one. So I think I'm going to watch the one that Alicia in particular loved, yeah.
I bet it's not the 75 one because that one got a 23% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, my God.
Or something low like that, yeah. But it got like 4 nominations at the Academy Awards.
It's got to be the Judy Garland one.
Probably Judy Garland one.
Has to be.
That'd be fun to see Judy Garland
in
a musical like that. As Rossi makes sweaty eye contact with me.
Sweaty eye contact.
It was sweaty.
That's disgusting.
I don't know. Do you have anything else? What was your favorite song? The last one?
No.
Cooper's one?
No, the one that they duet.
Oh, that's good.
I think that's the song that best shows off her voice, and also he crushes the opening to that song.
Yeah. Give me the last one.
That was a good song, yeah.
Brought the house down.
I mean, which one do you think's going to get the nom?
The last
Which
one.
two? The last one?
The last one, and I think...
Maybe it's time to let the...
I don't think they're going to let Bradley Cooper mumble through a song at the Academy Awards. I think both will be Gaga songs. I think the piano Gaga song.
The one about Arizona one?
Yeah. And I think
they'll do
one.
the duet and
I hope it's the duet.
Oh, that's my favorite one. That one's really good.
That one's good. This or La La Land?
This.
Wow. Kid hates La La Land.
I don't hate La La Land.
I asked myself that question.
Maybe
and I'm like,
I do pick. I don't know. I gotta watch that movie again. But I'm in no rush to watch that movie again. And this is ice cream followed by cabbage. No, followed by spinach. It's just like a lot of just substance shoved in at the end after just so much just nothingness.
How would you?
I think this is an easier watch, whereas La La Land is pretty consistent throughout.
Would you have made his alcoholism more of an issue earlier on?
I think he's trying to show it. It's just like
It's always there.
but it's so easily pushed aside and like never really matters. And there's a scene where I think it's the one where he calls her ugly. When I'm like, finally, we're getting something. And then next scene they hug it out and nothing happens.
She never gets mad at him at any point.
I'm like, she's getting Grammys. He's doing well. They're getting along. I'm like, when is something going to happen? And then when that happened, I was like, it's not happening. They're just not going to do it. I was like, this movie's almost over. They're just not going to do it. I'm like, whatever. Fine, I watched the concert. It was good. We're moving on. But they finally did get into it. Thank God.
So I got a mini spoiler this morning about this movie.
Okay.
And I kind of saw Bradley Cooper's death coming. Because in 2011, Clint Eastwood was attached to it with Beyonce. And it was inspired by Kurt Cobain's life. So when I heard that, I'm like, well, the person's going to die. And then very much Clint Eastwood kind of passed it on to Bradley Cooper because it was more Bradley Cooper's like passion project then.
Yeah.
But I felt like at the same point, the lead's probably going to die. So I kind of knew that going in.
Fair.
So like, in the back of my head, I'm like, the alcoholism has to be what does it in. But then I like you, I kind of just felt like, oh, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And then it's just like you see the bell and you're like, okay, this is actually happening.
Yeah, that's I mean, this movie's super predictable where a successful guy finds talent, brings her up, they do well together, they branch off, she changes, he gets mad about it. Like, all that is like, yeah, that's how this is going to go. But then you can be like, either he's going to kill himself or he's not. I guess I was surprised he killed himself, but I knew that was definitely a possibility. Like, nothing in this movie shocked me.
How else would it have ended? It kind of almost had to end that way.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't kill himself, what does he do? How are those last 15 minutes? He goes to the concert.
He lets her go to Europe and then kills himself.
Like, he had to kill himself.
Yeah,
like, in all honesty, he had to kill
probably
himself.
had to. I'm sure a good writer can probably find a different alternative there, but
Maybe Bradley Cooper didn't write the screenplay as well as he did everything else.
yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah,
Maybe he didn't produce
the lack
it as
of
well.
conflict for so long is also a fault of the screenwriter.
Yeah, it's definitely the screenwriter.
And maybe I'm getting the percentages wrong because I was ready to come out and say it was 80-20 ice cream and spinach. It's probably 60-40 because that or that last half drags. I can't really tell. But it seems like a lot of it is just look at these two having a hell of a time.
I know, but I was there for the ride.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not. This is not a negative. I'm just saying I can't tell at what point it starts to get serious. It seems like later than the halfway point. I think that's safe to say.
I feel like it's.
But I don't think it's 70%. It's probably like 60.
I would go with 75.
I wanted to say 80. If it is 80, that 20% drags for an eternity.
Yeah, me and you were both had the same negative critique on it. We both were feeling that. But I don't know. I've never seen a movie almost like that. Such a joyride. Because a lot of times you're like, I wish it was more of a joyride.
Well, Jacob's biggest complaint about you is how often you call a movie a joyride.
My sister's complains that too.
I mean, Ready Player One for you is a joyride.
Oh, absolute joyride. I venture to say Venom was kind of a joyride.
No.
I was in a good mood the whole entire time watching it, though.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. I think if I'd have watched Venom after this, I'd have been like, this movie needs to end immediately. I want no part of it.
We did it perfectly right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm cool with it. I don't think it's my movie of the year. I think you asked me that. I hope not.
You did say it was.
Right now, I think it is.
Right now it is, okay.
But Annihilation is so good.
Right.
And that's the one movie this year that I just keep thinking about. And I think you're the same way on that, right? Same boat?
Yep.
Is that still your number one?
And my Fallout. Mission Impossible Fallout is my favorite movie this year.
Give it a 10.
9.5.
9.5.
Perfect action movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
But Annihilation's always in the back of the mind. Crazy Rich Asians has been up there as well.
Crazy Rich Asians is good.
Do not sleep on Crazy Rich Asians for me to be my number one this year.
Well, we do have little mini awards. I think it's going to sweep everything.
We will. We'll talk about this movie later in the year too. Again, I guess maybe next year before the Oscars.
It'll keep coming up. It's going to be relevant.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. Oscar season gets kicked off strong.
Yep.
And it kind of keeps on rolling here going forward, which is exciting.
Mm-hmm. Summer season officially dead with Venom. I don't think there's anything even kind of close.
You can also make an argument that First Man would almost be a summer blockbuster if it would have came out earlier.
If it came out in the 90s, it would have, because I think Apollo 13 was a summer movie.
Yeah, but it's an Oscar movie. Mm-hmm. That's next week.
Very excited for that. Did you watch anything this week?
Yes, we watched Mandy. Should we get to the beer?
Let's get to the beer first.
Michaels, are you okay?
It's just beer.
What kind of beer?
I'd like a keg of beer, please.
Hey, Johnny, how about a beer, huh?
Better when I'm drunk.
Are you doing a second? Did you do a second one?
I cracked open a second one.
I kind of want another one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is our beer review. I haven't had a second beer on a pod in a long time, and I'm, like, thirsty for another one of these. So, I like this is my favorite Octoberfest so far. And
It's the most mild, I would say, though. It's a good beer, though.
No, Bell's.
That's true. Bell's was almost not an Oktoberfest, but it was good. I like Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. I'd rather go Great Lakes still, but
we split a semi-warm Great Lakes, so didn't have the best first taste of that one.
The viewers could see that.
Yeah,
The listeners.
Our buddy Arado is throwing a Oktoberfest next week. I plan on bringing a 6-pack of something. This might be the one.
It sounds
Yeah, I'm really digging this. I will buy this in a 6-pack again. Thumbs up on this one.
I am also a thumbs up. I would buy in a 6-pack again. It's just a really solid Oktoberfest.
Do they provide any description on the box? Let's see, it's amber margin with caramel malt notes.
5.3%.
Hearty and smooth. Yeah, man, it's the best one. I'm not going to say it's the best Oktoberfest I've ever had. I just went to Hofbräu for their tapping of their fest beer keg. They make a damn good Oktoberfest. Yeah, damn good fest beer.
Did you get the schnitzel?
No, I didn't eat that day. I'm in the middle of a weight loss competition, so I can't be messing around with Oktoberfest food. But Arado did, and I had good flashbacks back to Munich.
I imagine myself throwing up. A lot.
We both watched Mandy this week, recommended by Antonio on last week's podcast. And his description of the movie was, the movie is metal. And after seeing it, there's only one way to describe this movie, and it is metal.
Yeah, I'm like, metal, okay. But yeah, this movie is metal.
Like, this is like an Iron Maiden music video.
That lasts 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's way longer than I expected.
Keegan and I knew nothing going in.
Yeah, so we walk up to the ticket booth, and I'm like, what do you think this movie is? Mike goes, I don't know, sci-fi? It's like, yeah, I mean, as far as I know, it probably is. And then I get my ticket, and the ticket lady's like, oh, if you like horror movies, you're going to love it. I'm like, I don't. Oh, boy.
Keegan turns, shrugged his shoulders, guess it's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie. And I was like, oh, boy, horror movie. Was not expecting this.
And me and Keegan are not horror movie guys. That's our bottom of tier genre.
I wouldn't even call this a horror movie. This is more...
I don't even know what to call this movie.
It's a revenge movie.
It's a revenge movie.
I wouldn't even say it's thriller. It's gory as all hell. This is maybe the goriest movie I've seen in a long time.
And it's one of those acid movies of where it's just like...
I love what the director's doing in this movie. Yes. I love the lighting he uses. Like, it's the most unique use of light I've seen in a long time.
It might be the best shot movie of the year.
Yeah, it's very grainy. It looks like a B movie from the 80s. And they showed like a bunch of trailers before the movie. I'm like, oh, this is just like a continuation of what we just saw. Like this looks like it's straight from that era. I think maybe my favorite scene this year is when Mandy is drugged up and first goes into the cult, and the guy's just like talking at her, and their faces are warping in and out, and it's like blue and red and super trippy.
And the music comes on.
Which is a great song. Yeah, dude, that scene was amazing. But overall, as a movie, not my bag, really.
Not even close to mine either.
Yeah, and I love a lot of what the movie's doing. Nic Cage is great. This is the most Nic Cage role ever. He's doing his bug eyes. He's blowing coke at the wrong times. It's like this is so Nic Cage, and he's fantastic in it. But just overall, this is not really my cup of tea. But I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. We'll never watch it again.
I'd give it an 8. And just how unique it is. I've never seen a movie like that.
Never seen a movie like that.
I'm sure there's a movie that exists like it, I'm sure.
There's animation at random points in it. It's just like, it's incredible what it's doing.
The title screen comes on halfway through the movie.
Yep.
Which was just dope.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that you think about movies just gets blown out of the water here.
From the opening credits, it's like, you know what kind of movie you're seeing.
Yeah.
The font is appropriate. It looks grainy. It's just like, okay, this is what this is. Yeah, I'm gonna go 7.5. I'm gonna bump it up. It's a really well done movie, well acted. I had the same problem I have in a lot of animated movies where I'm like, I know that guy. What is he from? But instead of voices, it was faces. And the girl was from Oblivion and Battle of the Sexes. The cult leader is Thomas Wayne from Batman Begins. There's another guy that makes the drugs. He's like a random extra in in The Dark Knight. It's just like, yeah, everyone was like, oh my god, I know this person. And then the guy from Predator, the black guy from Predator. Yeah, just a bunch of like very not well known people. Like, I told you this after we walked out. As the names are coming on stream, like I'm waiting for the with Matthew McConaughey. I'm waiting for the big name to come, and it just never comes. It's Nic Cage, and then like basically no one else. But yeah, the movie is super interesting. I'm not sure I would recommend it to a soul I know besides Antonio, who recommended it to us.
I'd only recommend it if you're like a hardcore like cinephile. You want to see something different.
Yeah.
Because it's different. There's a chainsaw sword fight,
yep,
which was awesome. I think that was maybe my favorite scene of the movie. And it lasts like 5 minutes, but it was dope as shit. Yep. It drags. It does.
Oh, it's super long.
Yeah.
It's super
There's
long.
not to be 2 hours and 15 minutes, but it's okay.
And a lot of that comes from just like scenes or like shots that just like literally just like stretch and just like go on forever. Like Mandy walks past the car and they show her walk past the car I think 4 or 5 times in like slow-mo. It's like, yeah, you cut that, you save some time. There's a lot of things in the movie that you can cut to make it maybe 2 hours instead of 2:15.
You know who would love this movie? Quentin Tarantino.
I'm sure, yeah, it's gonna be his number 1 this year for sure. Yeah,
very much felt like just like a thing that he would like.
Edgar Wright tweeted it's his favorite movie of the year so far. I think. Yeah,
that kind of makes sense too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you came up to me and said my favorite movie of the year was Mandy, I'd be totally okay with it. It's just not my cup of tea. But yeah, it's different. It's unique and it's fun. I don't know if fun's the right word, but it's different.
It's fun watching Nic Cage do his thing. That's what's fun about it. The movie itself is like disturbing in a lot of ways, but
he gets out of the
handcuffs.
The handcuffs.
We were grinding our teeth, just like looking away. It's tough.
Yeah.
I would say I don't want to recommend it because I don't want my name attached to it. But like, if someone saw it, I think you would have a good time with it.
Yeah.
I mean, like my parents would probably walk out. But
if you like Nicolas Cage, you'll like this movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you like, I guess horror, but I don't even know if it's horror. Yeah, that you're saying.
I disagree with her description of it. I mean, there's some scary, intense moments, but it's not a horror movie. Yeah, I don't know.
At all.
No.
Revenge. Like you said.
Score. All right, we did scores. Not bad. Anything else you watched?
Scooby-Doo. Harrison put the original Scooby-Doo on yesterday.
Wait, like the cartoon?
No, the acting one.
The James Gunn one?
That's James Gunn?
He wrote it.
He wrote it.
Yeah. I think it was his first screenplay.
Oh, yeah.
Does it hold up?
No. Scooby's CGI is horrendous.
Especially Scrappy's.
Yeah.
Scrappy looks terrible.
I didn't get to Scrappy, but I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I saw the first 35 minutes of it. I don't know. That movie doesn't age well for me.
I think he wanted it to be PG-13 because there's some like sexual innuendos throughout that movie, but I think there was supposed to be way more.
Well, how about Shaggy's love interest, Isla Fisher, being named Mary Jane?
Mary Jane, yeah.
So ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. In my head, it's a good movie. Won't watch it again.
Harrison loves that movie. I've seen it with him twice now.
Wow.
There was something else I thought I saw, but I guess not. No, I'm still chipping away at Beautiful Boy, which comes out next week.
Yep.
And I think that's it.
I watched the first episode of The Good Place. It's good as usual. Fitch texted me, I'm watching The Good Place, and you're right. It's amazing. Like, I know. Michael Scheer, man.
Who texted you that?
Fitz.
Oh.
Michael Scheer made The Office, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and The Good Place.
Oh, really?
They're all knockouts.
Is The Good Place a comedy?
Yeah. And nothing is doing what that show is doing. You think you know what that show is, and then it just flips.
I know the big thing in season 1.
Oh, you do? Damn.
Yeah. But Ted Danza is a goat.
Ted Danson is a goat.
Like
the entire cast is amazing.
You know Ted Danza was in that movie this year, Hearts Beat Loud.
Hearts Beat Loud.
I couldn't think of his name for the whole entire movie, and it was just upsetting me.
Horrible.
Because I always think Tony Danza.
Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza.
Yeah.
That's all I watched though. No, I'm behind on Always Sunny.
Well, it was a short week for us. We only had 3 days.
That's true. We're doing this kind of bang bang.
We watched 3 movies in theaters, so cut us a break.
Yeah. Not playing anything. Still chipping away at American Gods. Nothing to report on.
And then next week,
we are doing
Beautiful Boy and
Bad Times at El Royale, and First Man.
Yeah, we'll probably do all 3. All 3 look great.
This is a all-time week. I can't even think of a week that's been as good as this one.
This week was pretty good too, though.
Venom and A Star Is Born.
I guess, but like, I don't know. It's been a crazy 2 weeks in a row, and then after that, me and Keegan are gonna give the reins over to people that actually know horror movies.
Yeah, Liam and Antonio are coming back to do their own episode. They'll be doing Halloween movies. Yeah, so that's what's on the docket. Thanks for listening, guys. Check us out at movie_rebrew. Me at Cash Money Keegan. Mike at _Oglebay. SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube. Follow us there. Anything else to add, Mike? All right, next week for those 3 movies. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
See ya.
Sometime you exploded, dropped a few lines. When I catch you through the static, Irish goodbye, what a classic. Perennial girl in love once a year. When it comes, she disappears. Maybe she'll stay.